What's up? What's up? Today's video, I'm going to show some right gameplay in the background, but the purpose of this video is to go over my initial impressions of the game. I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and just kind of my overall assessment of the game so far. So right off the bat, let's just go ahead and jump into what's good with the game. So the good, there's a lot of good, actually. There's a whole lot of good. So the multiplayer builder. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I feel like it brought the balance back to the game. I don't feel like any positioning is like really overpowering, and you know, you have to sacrifice something. Everybody has to sacrifice something to get what they want, but you're not gonna be able to do everything. So you kind of have to pick. It kind of forces you to pick a archetype, but you know, you're still not gonna be like overpowered like last year. No more, you know, being able to have 95 driving dunk, 95 3, 95 perimeter, you know, all that craziness. And so it brought back that balance to the game. And here's the thing about that. You know, if you play anything other than 2K, then especially, you know, team-based multiplayer games, you understand the importance of balance, right? We can't have what we had last year where everyone could just create this Thanos player that can do everything. You know, there won't be any balance. Everybody will be able to do everything, so that takes the fun out of it. There has to be roles in these, you know, type of team play games. You know, it just keeps the game balanced. Another thing about the multiplayer builder, and I don't really know if this is really, I'm kind of tying it into the multiplayer builder, but it's really not. But anyway, the badge loadouts and the dunk styles, that was a great addition to the game. So, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but you can have different badge loadouts that you can switch right before games. I noticed it in Park that you can switch right there before the game, so that was pretty cool. And also having the dunk styles, and that I like a lot because, you know, you can equip, like, sometimes I'll create you know, super aggressive dunk package. Sometimes I got just when I'm going to the rec, I'm just, you know, when I'm going to the rec or the program, I'm on a mission. You know, I'm not there to get too, you know, too flashy, too crazy. I'm there strictly about business. I'm there to win, play team ball. So I use a safer dunk package in there. So I do like the dunk styles. The shooting, another good thing. So I will say this is my disclaimer for the shooting. I don't think right now that the Limitless badge or the carry badge works the way it's intended to work. So it's hard to tell just, you know, how good the shooting is. But as is right now, I really like the shooting because, again, I'm talking about balance. I think that I'm a, you know, pretty good consistent shooter for mid-range and deep, and I'm not shooting unrealistically great, but I'm shooting really good for my rating. It's appropriate for my rating, and it's appropriate for my badge level. I have not been able to hit like really deep threes, which is still fine with me because I'm, you know, still shooting good from three. But, you know, it'd definitely be interesting to see what happens once they fix those badges. And they've acknowledged that those badges, you know, may not be working properly right now. So, I think I've seen something where Mike Wayne was saying those will be kind of patched. So we'll see what happens then. Probably my favorite part of this game is mid-range. I love mid-range. As a shot creator, that's where I get very creative in the type of shot selection that I choose and the moves that I do. So having the mid-range game back is amazing. You know, this fun to me. And with that, you know, like I said, difficult shots are back. So, you know, you get that creativity, that shot creating creativity. You know, it just, that brought me back to the game. That brought me back to YouTube, actually. Being able to do that, being able to go back into the difficult shot bag, the shot creative bag, that's actually what brought me back to YouTube. So one extremely important and one factor that I think is just like this huge deal, but it's, you know, something that you might not really notice, is the feet planting. It's so much better this year. Last year, there was a lot of the times where you'd go into these weird animations when you do certain moves, like, you know, you do a little hop back to shoot a jumper off the hop back, and it'll put you into this weird animation. And even when you catch passes, it would still, you know, the feet plant was weird. You do this weird shuffle with your feet type thing to try to get your shot off, and it was just a very clunky way of doing it. But now everything is just so seamless. You know, it's getting your feet set for or to get your jump shot off is so much quicker. So, you know, again, that's one of those things that kind of that's one of those things that contributes to that shot creator play style, you know, where I can pull off these crazy moves and get that shot off real quick. So that's definitely a bonus. So feet planting, much kudos to 2K for that. The city itself, the redesigned city now has purpose. There was a lot in 21. That city was empty, and there was a lot of buildings and just structures in general that served no purpose at all. And I understand, you know, having these things in their environment that, you know, they're just there for aesthetic purposes. You know, they're just there for the look. I get it. But that city felt so empty and plain. It was just, it just wasn't a good package, a good way to present that city. I don't know another way to say it. But now, you know, I like the new city. So the new side quests, I love those. Those are super cool. And they're like, you know, really rewarding. So, you know, you go and you meet all these people that do these different side quests. And it's just another, you know, RPG element or added layer to the game that I really enjoy because I'm somebody that enjoys playing those RPG type games. That's another bonus. That's another kudos to 2K. Very well implemented. And it also kind of satisfies that big knack against the previous 2Ks because all the rewards kept being the same. It was a bunch of just, you know, redundant, recycled stuff that nobody was really excited for. So now you have all these side quests that are giving you stuff. You have, you know, the things you earn in game. You have the season passes or whatever. So, you know, again, I feel like some 2K just went and took everything everybody ever complained about, put it into a checklist, and just knocked it off. Because they've hit everything I've ever seen people complaining about online. They just, I mean, this. Okay, I'll save that to later. Dribbling. I really like dribbling. Now, I'm not a dribble god, but I do know how to dribble, and I know how to use the moves really well. You know, if you remember from when I was posting 2K20 videos, I would always say, it's not really about knowing a bunch of moves, it's about knowing the right moves and when to use them. This dribbling system is really fluid, it's fast, the combos are seamless, and it seems like you have, no, it isn't no seems like you have access to an arsenal of moves. That's why, you know, when people are complaining about the AI defense, it's just because you with so many moves in this game, you can get baskets. And if you keep watching and you keep following my channel, you're going to see I play Hall of Fame, I play Rec, I play Park, I play Pro Am. I score officially in all of them. There's moves in this game. That AI can be dominated. Now, which leads me to my next and final good point, the AI defense. Actually, the AI and the human defense. Now, I've already seen that the AI defense is the biggest complaint about this game, but it is not as big as the 2K community might make it seem. Because there's a lot of people who really enjoy this AI defense, because for years now the AI have been way too easy to dominate. And if you played Rec or any of that stuff last year, then you know how terrible the AI's defense has been. And playing on Hall of Fame was like playing on Pro, basically. You just destroy the AI. So it is challenging. It is, you know, I'm telling you, these AI, they play lockdown defense. But give it some time, earn some badges, learn the game before you say, you know, it needs to be patched or anything like that. Because I'm telling you, they can be dominated. I do it all the time. The guys I play with, you know, they can do it. But I love the AI defense right now, and I love the human defense. Now, the bad, and I'm gonna jump right back into defense. there are some gripes with the AI defense that I do have. While I think that the AI defense is amazing, sometimes it can be quirky. So 2K needs to tune the defensive assist that the AI, I don't know how that's programmed or whatever, but it's like the AI has, like they're magnetic defenders. And let me give you an example. I was playing with two guys, my brother and another one of my friends, and we were playing a 3-on-3 matchmaking, thing. We were playing KD, Dirk, and Kareem. KD was guarding me at the 3-point line, left wing, and I mean I was deep out there, and he was close to me. My brother was at the top of the key, one-on-one with Dirk. He crosses Dirk, goes to the basket. He's blown past Dirk. I kid you not, KD teleports from where I'm at all the way into the lane to get in front of my brother to block a shot. Stuff like that. And that's not the only time. I've seen plenty of times where the AI will run you down on a fast break and get in front of you to stop your fast break. Another issue with the AI defense. I run a lot of pick and rolls and I call a lot of off-ball screens to get myself open. A lot of the times, it seems like the AI doesn't, recognize that a screen happened, because they'll just run right past it. Like it's just nothing. They'll just run right past it. And then sometimes they'll connect on the screen, stumble, like literally stumble, and still have enough, and like they'll recover so fast that they can get back up and block my shot. Like I've seen where a guy would stumble back all the way with one hand touching the ground and get back so fast to recover. It's crazy. So it's quirks like that need to be tuned. But overall, I love the AI defense. So I just hope 2K don't make it too easy. Another thing about defense, and this isn't really AI, this is actually human. We get a lot of blocks and steals in the rec and park. Just all these PvP modes, like an excessive amount. One rec game, my brother had like 16 steals, and his steal is on like a 70. I mean, and I ain't talking about just like passing lane steals. I'm talking on ball steals, everything. He's just swiping people. So right now, steals are crazy. Blocks, our center, I kid you not, this man's averaging like 8 to 12 blocks a game. And he's not the only one. Like me as a guard, I'm probably getting 3-4 blocks a game. Easily. Some of my career games, Hall of Fame my career games, I'm getting 6-7 blocks. So, right now, those blocks and steals, through the roof. And I don't know if it's just, it'll balance itself out once people adjust to the playstyle, but right now, it's OP. Another issue, a bad, and this isn't really a bad against the game. Kind of in, maybe, I don't know. Delays and lag in online modes. So if you played this weekend when the game released, you noticed that there were heavy delays, heavy lag. It happened in the park, rec, pro-am, everywhere. It was pretty much unplayable. It was pretty much unplayable. Like, I struggled to get enough rec footage, even for this one video. We played multiple games, but the lag was so bad, we'd end up just quitting out of them, or the video just wasn't usable. So, I kept what I could, but I say that to say that, those delays and lags and those online modes, yeah, that was a fault, but that will iron itself out. So I'm not really worried about that. And that could be fixed already while I'm making this video. So my last knock on the game, the UI design for badges and dunk styles. So one of my complaints is the badging. It's hard to tell what badges you have equipped because of the way that is, is the UI design. It's just not user friendly there. Same thing with equipping your dunk packages in your dunk style. The same thing with equipping your dunk packages in your dunk style. It's just not a user friendly UI, man. It's not a good user experience. It's hard to tell what badges you have equipped. It's hard to tell what dunks you have equipped in your dunk style. I don't know. They could have came up with a much better way to do that. Other than that, those are really only my only knocks right now. And disclaimer, I'm only talking about my career. This does not apply to the entire game. This is just my initial impressions of my career, the city, the most that I've been playing so far. Rec, Park. I haven't really dug deep into a program yet. We've played like 2 games. But definitely I played several Park games. I played several Rec games, played a lot of my career already. And you know, just so far, this has potential to be the best 2K game I've ever played, if not top 3 easily. And depending on what happens down the road with it, I mean, I'm telling you, it could easily be the best 2K game I've ever played. You know, and with the seasons keeping it fresh, and yeah, just new animations coming with that, new content, man, this is impressive. So with all that said, if you ain't checked it out yet, I highly suggest you do so, because it is a great game. And I'm talking next gen. I haven't played current gen. I do have the current gen version, but it's going to be hard for me to convince myself to go play current gen when next gen is this good. So I might try current gen one day down the road, but right now my focus is just on next gen and just getting better at that. So, you know, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.